Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
So how can I help you?
So, um, I got a couple texts and emails from your guys' campaign, I guess, the ads that you're running
Sure.
on for the government projects, and I watched the video that you recommended to watch, and it answered probably all the questions I had. But I had some other questions in specific because I'm kind of young. Um, don't know a lot about that type of contracting because the stuff that I do now is I do like remodels in condos and single family homes and things of that such. So my question was like, does it make sense to still try and go for those contracts?
Yes, of course. Look, at the end of the day, it's not you who will be doing the work. What I teach is how to leverage what you've already learned in the construction industry and apply that to the types of construction that the federal government is procuring.
Okay.
So, if you don't have any experience doing HVAC work, you can still bid. So, let's play a little game. I haven't played this game in a little while. It's kind of fun. Um, so I'm gonna. Have you watched enough of my stuff so that you understand what a SAM registration is?
Dam registration is the thing where you actually register for it,
That's
or
right. You have to be registered with the federal government in order to receive federal contracts. They need to know who you are, your bank account, how to pay you. Uh, it's just a bunch answering a bunch of questions so that they know who you are. Okay,
that's
your company, so to speak. Now, that's called a SAM registration. So we're going to play a game, and I'm going to tell you the answer to the question before I ask you the question. Are you ready for the answer?
sure.
The answer is SAM registration. Are you ready to play? There's one thing and one thing only required to be a federal contractor, and that is a.
Dam registration.
So if you sell cake mix, hold on just one second. Hi, this is Sean. Who am I speaking with?
Me, Bradley Mulkey.
Hi, Bradley. I'm sorry. I assumed I was already speaking to Bradley with this other fellow. What's your name, sir?
My name's Lucas.
Okay, Lucas. You must have jumped into the Zoom early. So what I'm going to ask is you just hold on a second because this is actually Bradley's time. And Bradley,
Okay.
I want to ask you: is it okay if if Lucas hangs out in our Zoom while we're talking? If that's okay with you, or I can ask him to come back at a later time.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, Bradley. Let's go ahead and handle you first. Go ahead. How can I help you?
Well, I guess I've watched plenty of your videos and I've seen the setup. I was just wondering what it takes to get involved.
Boy, you came in at the perfect time. Let me finish explaining what I was explaining to Lucas. So, are you familiar with the concept of SAM registration?
I know what it is, but I don't know anything about it really.
That's okay. You have to be registered with the federal government in order to get federal contracts, and they call that a SAM registration. It's just answering a bunch of questions, your company, your EIN, your EIN, and just registering with them. So we're going to play a game, and I'm going to give you the answer to the question before I ask you the question. Are you ready for the answer?
Yes.
SAM registration. Ready to play?
Yeah.
There's one thing and one thing only required to be a federal contractor, and that is a.
Stamp registration.
So if you sell cake mix to the Navy so they can make cakes on ships, what do you need?
Stamp registration.
If you sell bullets or aircraft parts or even construction goods and services, what do you need?
Stamp registration.
That's right. Now we're going to play the other part of the game. If you and I walk through a neighborhood and I point up to the top of a power pole and say, "What is that device that's converting electricity?" Do you know that as an electrical transformer?
I would assume so.
Okay. What state are you in?
Texas.
Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to give you three scenarios. Scenario number one: the transformer shall be replaced by a licensed electrician in the state of Texas. Now, under
Okay.
that scenario, The transformer has to be replaced by a licensed electrician, so you have to comply with that. You have to hire a licensed electrician. But that has nothing to do with the company that got the job. All the company needed to get the job was a SAM registration. Got it?
Yeah, and an electrician. That job.
No. Well, yeah, they'd have to hire a licensed electrician. Okay, scenario number 2. The transformer shall be replaced by a licensed electrician. Well, now any licensed electrician from any state can go into Texas and replace that transformer. Again, it has nothing to do with the company that got the job. This is eminent domain property. There's no such thing as a state inspector going on to a federal job. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Scenario number 3. The transformer shall be replaced. Now that literally means you or me or Lucas can all get together on a Saturday and go replace that transformer. And it gets written all 3 ways all the time. You just have to coordinate and comply with the requirements of the contract. But all you need is a SAM registration in order to participate. That's how I can tell you guys that I've done $1 billion worth of work with the federal government and I've never had a license of any kind other than a driver's license.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Good information. Okay. I guess another question is the whole, I guess, working with GCExperts. What would it take to get to working with them?
Well, first of all, yeah, that's me. After this Zoom call, we'll send a link, and you can click the link and sign up with us. It's a super easy process. It takes about 4 seconds to get into the training if you're really fast. If you're really slow, take about 15 to 20 seconds.
Okay. I'm a slow person sometimes, especially with all this technology.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's all. That's about all I had as far as questions.
Okay. Do you want to listen in on with the conversation with Lucas, just in case he says something? That, okay, Lucas. I'm sorry about this. Lucas, are you okay if Bradley listens in?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So Lucas, I finished up the story about the SAM registration. Did that pop any questions up in your mind?
No, I think. Can you go? Okay, I have a question. For the SAM's registration, you say you don't need any license except a driver's license. So what exactly are you registering for? Like, can you just explain it a little bit more?
Sure. So you can participate in federal contracts, as the federal government does work with entities. Okay, that means a sole proprietorship, an LLC, or a corporation, and it doesn't matter which. And you're registering with the federal government. So tax identification number. It's just standard information. There's nothing special about it.
Gotcha. So it's not like, oh, you need to be a GC or whatever. You just need to have a company and hire the person that has the proper license.
You would be, yes, doing that. And then I just want to clarify something. Have you guys ever heard of a NAICS code? NAICS. If you Google that, it's a particular code for a particular type of work. So a bookkeeper would have a NAICS code. A contractor would have a NAICS code. And so when I'm talking about that first video you guys saw where I said there's only 25,000 registered federal contractors, what I'm specifically talking about is because there's over 1 million companies or entities signed up with the federal government, but I'm talking about specifically construction, that particular NAICS code. So now that you understand NAICS code, let's talk about bidding federal contracts. So this is kind of a fun little trick question that I like to ask people, just to go, because it's my job to light the light bulb off on your head, right? So, true or false? Anybody, anywhere, anytime can bid on any federal contract, true or false? That's actually true. Whether you're SAM registered or not, a 10-year-old kid can turn in a bid on a federal contract. The federal contract can't be awarded to you unless you've got a SAM registration.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, true or false? Anybody, anywhere, anytime can bid on any federal contract in any NAICS code.
False. I would say false.
It's actually true. You can bid on any federal anywhere, anytime. Anybody can bid on it. It can't be awarded to you unless you have the proper NAICS code in your SAM registration.
Oh, I see what you're talking about there.
So if you sell cake mix to the Navy and you bid on a cake mix job, you have to have the NAICS code in order for them to award it to you. It's just an addition to your SAM registration. I haven't found the limit of NAICS codes that you can add to your SAM registration, but I typically have my guys have 20 to 30 NAICS codes in there for different opportunities that they might be going after when we do your SAM registration.
Gotcha.
Does that clarify for you, Lucas?
Yeah, that makes sense. So, essentially, what you guys will help us with is you have your training where you'll teach us how it all works, like to the details, and then you'll help us get registered, which I believe your wife does that.
That's correct.
And then, if we join the membership, we get access to you and, help with anything else, I'm assuming.
And I can't tell you how great that service is of working with me. In fact, both of you guys, if you text back after we get off this Zoom and say, send me a link to your conversation with Ryan today, Ryan had some very interesting questions about some bids that he was turning in. And one of the bids came back and they said, hey, we want you guys to reevaluate and resubmit. And he was missing a key element from our training. And I not only did I refer him back to the workshop video, but then I just explained it to him in great detail. I recorded that video and I have not, and I really don't intend to share it with the public, but I'll give it to you guys so that you can really see how deep I get into the process of helping somebody put together a winning proposal. It's second to none. I mean, you're just talking to a guy who's done this so many times. I mean, basically over our career, we bid over 21,000 federal contracts. That's a lot of bidding.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. And then something, this is just random, that you mentioned, because I'm in Florida, but you mentioned that you can get a job anywhere, and as long as you have the right person to do the work, you can do it like that. Is that correct?
That is absolutely 100% correct. I've worked in almost all 50 states. I've only ever visited maybe 25 of the 50 states. Okay? And that's including personal. From a work perspective, I've never counted it up, but I know I haven't worked and been everywhere. But I have performed work in almost all 50 states.
Interesting. That's really interesting.
Yep. You got to understand, whether we agree on the politics of what our federal government does or not, the federal government is there and it is vast. I mean, when I ask people, hey, tell me some federal government agencies, they might say, well, the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard, they might think of a federal courthouse. But I mean, you got 500 agencies. National Park Service, National Forest Service, Bureau of Land Management, Bureau of Indian Affairs, EPA, USDA. All those agencies own buildings. And they all need construction goods and services. New parking lot resurfacing. A toilet in the middle of nowhere needs to be demoed. That's one of the jobs one of the guys was talking to me about this morning. It's like, how much should I bid to demo this toilet? And I was like, well, what the hell difference does it make? What's your risk for turning in a bid?
Hilarious.
I'm asking you a question. What's your risk for turning in a bid?
Oh, none. Zero.
That's right. Zero. Okay? So what the hell difference does it make? Just turn in the bid, fill it out, and move on to the next one. Okay? Man, I'm telling you, I'm here to help all these guys get lots of federal contracts. And it happens all the time. And they're everywhere. That job was in Colorado. It's on sam.gov right now. You can go look it up, and if you were registered, you could bid it today.
Demo a toilet.
Yeah, it's like some kind of outhouse toilet. You got to demo the toilet and redo some soil or something around it.
Gotcha. Okay, sounds good. I think that answers all my questions.
Yeah, and
Me too, Sean. Thank you.
yeah, I'm happy to help you guys. Lucas, you're going to be getting some text messages here in a little while that say, "Hey, I'm ready for the Zoom." Just ignore those, but then you'll also get a text message following up saying, "Hey, good talking to you."
Okay, sounds good.
Okay?
And then, do I respond if I want the link?
That's right. Just the same text message that puts you in this Zoom, you can reply to that. I see all replies that ever come through on those things, except for the "fuck you, stop texting me" ones. Those my ego can't handle those, so they automatically get do not disturb.
I understand that. I have people and they want to be that way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, sounds good.
All right, Sean.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, you bet, guys. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye bye.